the Chamber. Tell us all about your business. What's your future plans? Tune in when you can.
Thank you to our 2023 corporate sponsors, Lake Lawn Resort, Cunis Auto Group, Geneva 10, Delavan Health Services, Simon's Realty Group, City of Delavan, and Piggly Wiggly. And a special shout out to Stream Dudes for producing and recording this podcast.
Hi, I'm Malinda Obershaw. I'm the Executive Director for the Delavan-Delavan Lake Area Chamber of Commerce, and we are very happy to have Jim Pfeil of Elkhorn Medicare Solutions with us today.
Thanks for having me.
You are welcome. I am glad that you're here having a little chit-chat with the Chamber. Before we get started, I would like to thank our 2023 corporate sponsors, which are Lake Lawn Resort, Cunis Auto Group, Geneva 10, Delavan Health Services, Simon's Realty Group, City of Delavan, and Steinbrink's Piggly Wiggly. And of course, a huge shout out to John Basili, owner of Stream Dudes, for recording and producing this podcast. One more thing before we get into it, I would like to just talk about a couple upcoming events so people that are listening know what the Chamber has got going on. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the Halloween Brew Walk, which is coming up October 21st. We have a handful of tickets left. I want to let you know that the Chamber is going to be a very groovy location. That's your hint to the Halloween Brew Walk of what we have in mind for that. We would love for you to stop by from 3:30 to 7:30 on October 21st, but make sure you have a ticket. And then on November 18th, we will be a location for the Holiday Wine Walk. Sip, stroll, and shop from 3:30 to 7:30. Tickets for both of these events can be purchased through the Delavan Historical Foundation, found on their Facebook pages. Our Christmas tree lighting, believe it or not, is right around the corner at the Phoenix Park at the Bandshell. That's November 24th, the day after Thanksgiving. There'll be coffee and cocoa, and music starts at 5:30, and Santa will arrive at 6. And then we're also planning some holiday shopping events, one being on December 9th. There'll be shopping deals and activities, plus Santa will be there at Curate from 11 to 1 o'clock. So there'll be more on all of that, but we wanted to at least let you know what we've got going on, what we're helping with at the Chamber. They're not our events, but we're co-sponsors of those events. So without further ado, you are here to not hear me, but to hear from Jim. And so welcome, and thank you for being here.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to do my first podcast ever.
Hey, well, this would be my third. So you're not far behind.
old hat for you be easy, right?
Oh, well, we shall see.
Okay.
Luckily, John is steering the ship in the other room. But tell us about your business.
So Elkhorn Medicare Solutions grew out of my financial advising business, and we had a really good Medicare base, and I just put Medicare planning is good financial planning. So really have grown the business and used the Elkhorn Medicare Solutions brand to get out into the community more and, try to be that one-stop shop for all things Medicare, whether it's a supplement, an Advantage plan, a drug plan, or dental things, and, really be that resource for the greater Walworth County area.
Okay, so you answered my second question of what territory do you have?
I am licensed in several states, Wisconsin, Illinois, Florida, Kansas, Indiana, but 95% of my work is right here in Walworth County. Try not to get too far away from home because we really like to service our clients as well, not just, okay, here's a plan, sell it to you, call the 1-800 number on the back of the card. We're there to take the questions. We're there to do the research. We're there to do annual reviews. Unlike, if something was bought off the internet, I don't think some of the big companies are going to call individual members and say, let's do a review.
Sure.
That's something that we do, and we're a place where you can come in, have a cup of coffee, talk things out, sit and relax and go through your health insurance and tell us, hey, what's new? What's different? What changed from year to year? Do we have new doctors, new drugs? All those things we take into consideration and keep on file so we can make plan adjustments if necessary.
Okay. And how long have you been doing this?
I was doing Medicare supplements 10 years ago, and then has really come back in 2018 and 2019 to really focus a lot more on Medicare. And we've got a pretty big client list now, and it's really been a great thing to just be that resource for the senior community and those even under 65 that find themselves on Medicare sometimes.
Okay. Well, now that we've talked about the company, we probably should have started with talking about you. So tell us about yourself.
Well, I grew up on a 180-acre dairy farm in southwest Wisconsin. So if anybody's ever bought Schellsburg cheese, that's my hometown.
Okay.
Mom and Dad still own the farm, and my uncle lives just down the road. Been in Walworth County, married to my wife, Carrie, for 26 years. She's a school teacher, and I have a college graduate and one more who's a senior this year in college. So
Wow.
hopefully can get them completely off the payroll here shortly.
Well, that's good to know. And what do you do in your spare time? I see that you are involved in some other activities. So tell us about that.
Spare time. So in the past, I've been on the Williams Way School Board, did that for 7 years, church for 15 years on different committees and being the council president at times. Passionate about Wisconsin sports. So if some of you aren't that way, that's okay. We'll still meet with you. I attempt to play golf, though the clubs officially yesterday have been put into storage because I think I'm getting worse instead of better. So it's time to just hang them up for the year.
Well, there you go. Well, the weather will help that. So it won't be as painful to hang them up when it's getting cold, right?
Right.
Oh, man. Well, you left off the chamber. You've done a lot with the Delavan-Delavan Lake Area Chamber of
Yeah.
Commerce.
So I've been a chamber member, I think, about 7 years, and I'm a member in other chambers as well. And for a couple of years, I chaired the golf committee, so that the golf outing in the summer. And it's just a great place to meet and network with people and share ideas and all the events that the Delavan Chamber does. I mean, it gets people excited, organized, and we're here, yes, to help our businesses grow, but we're really better with a strong community. So that's what really the chamber is, and it's fun to be around people.
Yes. It's nice to be able to talk with other people in your industry, but also others that you can hope to help.
Right.
And you can help each other out. I mean, that's just really what it's all about.
That's the name of the game, and that's why we're here. Is we're helping those folks fill in the gaps of Medicare, get them protected. Really, shield people from medical bankruptcy. You see that in the newspaper all the time, and talk to friends and neighbors about the giant medical bills that really affect people. That's what we're here. We're trying to help those folks out.
Sure. Well, I was just going to ask you, why do you do what you do? And you just kind of talked about that a little bit.
That's one of my whys, but the biggest thing is, years ago, I saved my parents each $1,000 by just making $1,000 a year just by making a plan change. Didn't change any of the benefits, just changed the company they were using. So went along for a few years, and I was actually able to do that again this year, even at their ages of 88 and 83, was to move them to another plan because my parents don't take any prescription drugs, are moderately healthy, and we're able to do that again. So, just to be a resource and help to folks that need this type of coverage. And Medicare planning is good financial planning. They fit together so well, and if you make a mistake with Medicare planning, it can be thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars of out of pockets, and it's just I just like helping people do that. And some people, they see the insurance agent. Oh my God, I don't like insurance people. I think I'm pretty easygoing, get along, and our whole process is come in, sit down, have a cup of coffee, and just talk about life. What's important to you? Do you, who are your doctors? What are your medical conditions? And what's important in a plan and how you want to do your health insurance, maybe for the next 35 years.
Sure. And what I like about what I'm hearing is, I don't know if I've ever really thought of the fact that what you need will change. So it's not a set it and forget it. What I'm hearing is you come in and talk to them about it, and health changes. Your age makes things change. And so you're able to tweak things, find things that will be better. It's not just you set up with this and that's your plan for life.
There is no Ronco set it and forget it. We're constantly, learning what's going out there, but that's why we do the reviews every year, because people's health changes most often, not for the better. We typically don't get healthier as we age, but what's new, new doctors that you don't go to anymore, all these things that go into choosing the plan. And we're coming up on that time of year, October 15th through December 7th, where people can make some changes for next year. So in the Medicare Advantage world, in the Medicare drug plan world, this is the time of year that we can make those changes. Medicare supplements, we can do those any month, but there's always an enrollment period or a question of the calendar and those things. And that's why we're here local, where the door is unlocked, you come on in and we can talk about it versus, so much, you get so much information thrown at you. You got TV ads, radio ads. You type in Medicare into your computer and then you get 10 pop-up ads and 6 emails out of nowhere. And then you turn your Facebook page on. Oh, what are the first 6 ads there? Medicare. Then your neighbor says something. Then your other neighbor says something different. Then you go to church and you get a different opinion. So much, and not to mention the pounds and pounds of mail that you get when you're turning 65. So we can cut through that clutter and get to what's important for you. And you don't have to be on the internet or an insurance expert. Let us be the insurance experts. You just come in and tell us about your life.
That's funny, because you just talked about something. So many people try to diagnose themselves, right? So it's no different.
WebMD is a great worrier, because you can go down the rabbit hole of information, and now you've got too much. Now you don't know where you started and what's right and what's wrong. Come on in and we'll help you dive through that stuff.
So what types of people do you use your services for? Like, who would be a good candidate to come walking in your doors?
Great people we love to see. It falls into several categories. So the first one is, the people who are turning 65. That's, 65 is the typical Medicare age. Turning 65, you're going to buy a bigger mailbox, everybody, if you're turning 65, because you're going to get lots and lots of mail, and you're going to get it multiple times.
Sure.
So turning 65, folks that have worked past 65 and are an employer plan, whether it's your personal or you're on your spouse's plan, at some point we're all going to retire, need to move to Medicare. People who move. One thing about Medicare is if you move in or out, inside of your county is fine, but if you move out of your county, you need to do a plan review and get new coverage. Not necessarily the supplement, but if you're on an Advantage plan or a drug plan, you have to have the plan based where you live.
Okay.
I actually had someone come in not too long ago that moved from out of state, did mail order drugs. The company said, "Oh, you don't live here anymore." Drop them.
Wow.
Did not have supplemental coverage for a couple of months. Now, thank goodness, nothing happened.
Right.
We were able to use an enrollment period and get them coverage, but just one of those little things that you need to know.
Sure.
Other people that are great for us are people that did the set it and forget it. They just bought something. Yes, they're covered, but maybe haven't pulled that card out of their wallet or their plan out in 3 or 4 or 5 years. Need to do a review. We're coming into the enrollment period. That's, this is going to be, we haven't seen a lot of TV ads yet because there's some, we haven't seen Jimmy Walker and Joe Namath quite as much. They'll be coming back, I'm sure of it. And then just the people that, life has changed, or they're not happy, or they've got something that just doesn't work the way they want it to. Come in, sit down, let's go through that and see what options are out there in a low-stress manner where you don't have 6 web pages open and you got 14 catalogs in front of you.
Sure. And I'm guessing that you probably see a lot of children helping with their parents.
More and more. And it's a great thing that you brought that up, because it's really important to, it's okay to involve your children in this. They're not going to be the people that purchase anything, but they're going to be the people taking you to appointments or following up with you and making sure things go right. And, we typically aren't as sharp 10 years in the future than we are today. So
Right.
bring those kids that can help and be able to be a sounding board and a resource to your parents. We're always happy to see kids get involved.
That's great. Is there a cost to come and visit you, or how do you make an appointment?
Appointments are easy. Just give us a call, hit us up on our website. But we don't charge a sitting fee to come in and
Okay.
visit. The insurance companies take care of us. It's no problem. I want it to be as low stress as possible. So nothing up front. Come in. We've had plenty of people come in, do a review. They're fine the way they are. We shake hands, we leave as friends, and it's amazing how many of those people have a great experience and then send someone else our way. So
Sure.
it's always a good experience when you come in.
Now, you were saying the enrollment is coming up, the date is coming up. So is there still time for folks to come in and start the process?
Lots of time. We've got until December 7th.
Okay.
We're going through several hundred reviews right now, but we've always got time and energy to do some more people and have more of our Walworth County friends and neighbors come in and have a good experience and get the help that they need or maybe haven't gotten in the past.
Sure. And one last question for you. What is the biggest misconception of Medicare?
Well, there's really two of them.
Okay.
You'll hear this a lot. Oh, Medicare covers everything. No, Medicare does not cover everything. There's plenty of holes. I always think of Medicare as Swiss cheese.
Okay.
Mostly solid, but plenty of holes to fill in, whether it's deductibles, networks, dental, vision. Those things aren't covered by Medicare. So Medicare covers everything? No. And the other thing is for those folks that are turning 65, every article you hear or read and everything, you must take Medicare at 65. No, you don't. If you're still working and your plan is qualified with Medicare, you don't need to. Or if you're working and are contributing to an HSA, you might not want to turn on to Medicare because as soon as you turn Medicare on, you can't contribute to an HSA. It's just one of those little things that can cost you in the end. So two big misconceptions: you must take it, or Medicare covers everything, which it doesn't.
So a supplemental is always a good plan to have.
Some kind of supplemental, whether it's the traditional Medicare supplement or the Medicare Advantage, because if you're responsible for 20% of outpatient things, well, is that a sprained finger or is that a cancer diagnosis?
Yeah.
Quite a big difference and a lot of money out of pocket. So that's why I say we help save people from medical bankruptcy.
Sure. Well, that is wonderful news, to get this information, to think about this information, to think about even if you're not turning 65 soon, most likely you have parents that might need some help, or you certainly know of siblings or neighbors or coworkers that might have these questions. So it's great to put a face with the name to be able to send referrals your way.
Yeah, there's still 11,000 people that turn 65 every day nationwide, so it's not going to change it in the foreseeable future. There's always somebody, whether it's your next door neighbor, somebody at church, somebody in a club that you're in, one of your buddies, your golf buddies, tennis, pickleball, somebody out there that you know is turning 65 and can use some help.
Yes. Well, thank you so much.
Well, it's fun. It was good coming in here. It didn't hurt too bad.
No, not at all. It doesn't hurt. It never hurts to have a little chit chat with the
That's
chamber.
right.
But so thank you so much for coming in. And again, we want to have a special thanks to John at Stream Dudes for letting us use this fabulous recording studio. He always makes it so easy. And of course, thanks to our wonderful 2023 corporate sponsors, Lake Lawn Resort, Kunis Auto Group, Geneva 10, Delavan Health Services, Simon's Realty Group, City of Delavan, and Steinbrink's Piggly Wiggly. And if you would like to have a little chit chat with the chamber, we would appreciate you to drop us an email or call the office at 262 728-5095. We would love to chit chat with you.
Melinda makes it easy. It's not hard. So
It's not painful.
Not painful. And if you'd like to schedule some time with me, please call 262-725-5161 and talk to either myself or my assistant, Jill, and we'll get you on the schedule.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Melinda. Appreciate it.
Thank you.